Hello, welcome to Under 3 with Family Me, week 1 of winter session. And can you guess what we're going to talk about today? Polar bears, all right. So we're glad that you joined us. This is going to be 4 weeks long, and then we'll have a nice little break until we do our spring session, all right? So let's get started, though, with a hello song, all right? Here we go. Hello, 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 can you go? How high can you reach the sky? Hello, 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 can you go? Sit down, it's time to read and rhyme. All right, excellent job. Sit down, crisscross, applesauce. Now that we did that, we're going to read our first story, but let's get ready to listen, okay? So let's put our hands out. Good. All right, can you reach up high? Good. Now go back to the side. Lean one way. Ooh. Now the other way. Circle your hands to your lap. Take a deep breath in. And go shh. Now we're ready to read our first story called Roly Poly by Mem Fox and Jane Dyer. And thank you, Simon Schuster, for giving us permission to read this story today. All right, Roly Poly. Here we go. Once upon a time, way up near the top of the world, there lived a polar bear named Roly Poly. He had a father and a mother, but no sister or brother. The bed he slept in was his bed and his alone. The fish he caught were his fish and his alone. The walrus tooth he played with was his walrus tooth and his alone. Life was grand. Then one morning, Roly Poly found a perfect stranger sharing his very own bed. "Who is that?" he asked. "A little brother," said his father. "His name is Monty." "A little brother," said Roly Poly. "But I never asked for a little brother, and I don't want one now." "I know," said his mother, "but we think you will adore him." Roly Poly put his nose in the air and pretended not to hear. Monty tumbled all over him. "Hey," said Roly Poly, "don't do that. I never asked for a little brother, and I don't want one now." He stood up and stormed off. Later, Monty sat on him. "Hey," said Roly Poly, "don't do that. I never asked for a little brother, and I don't want one now." He stood up and stormed off again. "I'm coming too," said Monty. Roly Poly put his nose in the air and pretended not to hear. A little later, Roly Poly caught a fish. He was just about to eat that fish when Monty grabbed it from him. "Ooh. Hey," said Roly Poly, "don't do that. I never asked for a little brother, and I certainly don't want one now." He stormed off again, clutching the walrus tooth tightly to his chest. "I'm coming too," said Monty. Roly Poly put his nose in the air and pretended not to hear. Monty crept up behind Roly Poly and snatched the walrus tooth right out of his paws. "Get lost!" yelled Roly Poly. "Get lost right now!" At precisely that moment, the ice beneath them ground and, cracked and broke in two. Monty began to drift away. "Help!" cried Monty again. At which point Roly Poly could bear it no longer. "Oh, don't cry, little Monty," he called out. "Please don't cry, I'm on my way." And he leaped into the icy sea. And from that day onward, believe it or not, and in spite of everything, Roly Poly and his little brother lived happily ever after. Well, Aw, the end. That's a silly little story. If you have a sibling like I do, I relate to that one a little bit. Okay, so now we're gonna do a polar bear song. We're gonna repeat it twice, all right? We're gonna pretend to be a polar bear, all right? Polar bear, turn around. Ooh, ooh. Polar bear, touch the ground. Good. Polar bear, growl real loud. Hi. Polar bear, sit on the ground. Oof. All right, let's do that again. Polar bear, turn around. Good. Polar bear, touch the ground. Polar bear, growl real loud, really loud. Let's go. Polar bear, sit on the ground. Woo! Good. All right, stay seated, crisscross applesauce. Let me ask you a few questions. Can you clap your hands once? Clap your hands twice? Clap your hands 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Both hands in your lap. Deep breath in. Deep. And go check out a little story about 3 pudgy polar bears, okay? All right. 3. Can you show me the number 3 in your hands? 3 pudgy polar bears chilling on the ice. 1 dove in. Ooh, it was very nice. That leaves us with how many polar bears sitting on ice still? 2, good. 2 pudgy polar bears chilling on the ice. 1 dove in. Whoop, you joined the other. It was very nice. And that leaves us with 1 bear sitting on the ice, okay? 1 pudgy polar bear chilling on the ice. Oh, he dove in the water. It was very nice. And that leaves us with how many polar bears on the ice? 0. And how many in the water? 3. Very good. Thank you, polar bears. Okay. Now we're going to do our next story. So sit crisscross applesauce for me. And we're going to read that's next. Nanuk the Ice Bear by Jeanette Winter. All right. And it's also published by Simon Schuster, who gave us permission to read the story. Thank you. Nanuk the Ice Bear. At the top of the world, snow falls. And falls. Layers of snow freeze into ice glaciers that cover the bare mountains. Wow, I've never seen mountains like those before. And slowly slides down to the sea. See the snow sliding down the sea? The top of the sea freezes too. Man, that's cold there. Nanuk, the ice bear, lives in this quiet white world. She hunts for food on the sea ice and in the cold waters. Great chunks of the glacier breaks away and become icebergs that float out to sea. Oh, Nanuk is hungry. She sees seals in the faraway distance, and she swims closer and looks. But the seals slide down into the water and escape. And then Nanuk sees another ice bear and swims towards him. She climbs up high to his perch. And the 2 bears dance to become friends, and later they swim back to the ice sea together. The end! All right, that was a cute little story. Okay, now we're going to learn about, or do a story about Marco, the polar bear. He's going to join me up here. Hello, Marco. Isn't he cute? And then he's going to go fishing. guys ready? All right, let's count how many fish are here right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. All right, here we go. Marco, the polar bear, as white as snow, sat on the ice near the cold water flow. Lunch! I need lunch, she said. I'll make a wish. He stuck in his paws, and out came a fish. Ooh, what color is that fish? Pink, very good. All right. Marco, the polar bear, as white as snow, sat on the ice near the cold water flow. Lunch! I need lunch, he said. I'll make a wish. So he stuck his paw in, and out came a, what color fish is this one? Red! Very good. Are you wearing red? You can look at home and see if there's anything red there. All right, here we go again. And the next day, Marco, the polar bear, as white as snow, sat on the ice near the cold water flow. Lunch! I need lunch, he said. I'll make a wish. And he stuck in his paw and came up with a orange fish. Is there any orange in your home? You can look around. All right, and the next day, Marco, the polar bear, as white as snow, sat near the cold water flow. Lunch! I need lunch, he said. I'll make a wish. So he stuck his paw in, and out came a, what color? Yellow. Very good, a yellow fish. See if you got any yellow at home. Look around. All right. And then the next day, Marco, the polar bear, as white as snow, sat on the ice near the cold water flow. Lunch! I need lunch, he said. I'll make a wish. So he stuck his paws, and out came the very last, what color? Purple! That's Miss Bethany's favorite color. Fish, a purple fish. All right, awesome. So how many fish did you catch overall again? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job, Marco. Okay. Now we're going to pause here for a moment. This is when you could do your craft with the Take and Make kits at the Fort Mill Library. They're available on Monday. Coming up, you're going to make this lovely, cute polar bear craft. And if you picked up a book from the library, you could read that or any book at home. And then come back, and we're going to finish with a baby bounce and our goodbye song, okay? So I'll see you back here in a few minutes with your play. Okay, welcome back. Now, if you got a little one, you could bounce the baby gently in your lap, or if you're a little older, you could use your polar bear plate to bounce with on the floor, or a stuffed animal of your choice, okay? So let's sit on the floor. Every time we say the word bounce, you're gonna bounce the baby up, all right? So bounce them softly, or the polar bear softly, here we go. All the little babies love bouncing, love bouncing. All the little babies just love to bounce. All the little babies love bouncing, bouncing. All the little babies just love to bounce. Lean to the left, lean to the right, and hold that baby nice and tight. All right, let's do it again. All the little babies love bouncing, bouncing. All the little babies just love to bounce. All the little babies love bouncing, bouncing. All the little babies just love to bounce. Can you lean to the left? Now lean to the right. And then hug that baby or polar bear nice and tight. Very good job. A round of applause. Okay. Let's stand up and do our goodbye song. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Miss Cat. This is week 1 of our winter session, which will last 4 weeks. Next week, we're going to do snow. Okay? All right. And don't forget to pick up your Take and Make kits each Monday, and you'll get this nice craft, and you can pick up a themed book as well. All right? And if you have any questions, our number is 803-547-4114. Okay. All right, so let's get ready to sing goodbye. Repeat after me. Goodbye to you. It's time to go. See you next week. Goodbye to you. Goodbye, everyone. See you next week for the snow story time. Bye.